So what's an AI agent, or what are AI agents? Now, to me, you have to look at it based on the definition, right? So you have AI and you have agents. AI simply means artificial intelligence, and to us that means generative AI, LLMs, running behind, and that's like the engine. Now, what's an agent? An agent refers to, like in day-to-day life, refers to someone taking actions on your behalf. So an AI agent is an LLM or generative AI model, or an AI model in general, that can take actions on your behalf. Not just necessarily on your behalf, but autonomously take actions. And for it to autonomously take actions, it needs to do two things. One, it needs to be able to reason based on whatever the goal is. You give it a goal, it has to be able to reason and then break it up into a series of steps and tasks for it to be able to execute each one to achieve the said goal. And in some cases, an agent would complete a task and still check if their output actually achieves the goal that was originally asked of it. And if it doesn't, it can go all over again. Now, agents are different from workflows or AI workflows or workflows that have AI as a part of it. And the difference is, with an AI workflow, you have a predefined path of what should happen. So for example, you could say when an email comes in, one of your sales representatives needs to look at the email, read it, and see whether this particular email is from someone who is a good prospect for business, right? So they qualify that particular person based on the email they've sent, right? Like a sales email. Now, a workflow that involves AI could take the human out of that particular workflow and that step of reading the email, understanding it, and judging if it's a qualified lead or not, right? But it's fixed. An email has to come in, the AI has to read it, and then it makes a judgment, and then it passes it to the next step. And the next step could be making a call or scheduling a meeting with that particular prospect to talk with them and understand their needs further. Now, that next step could also be done by an AI model, or it could be a human. But what I'm trying to say is, in an AI workflow, there are predefined steps. Whereas with AI agents, they have a goal, they reason out what the steps are to achieve that goal, and they go on their own and carry out each of those steps to achieve the goal. Now, those steps could be handed over to other models to complete. And don't forget, you may ask it the same goal and may decide to take different steps to achieve it. That's because they are autonomous. They reason and then they break out tasks. So AI agents, AI workflows are still different from just your regular LLM, your generative model LLM, the one you chat with, right? Like ChatGPT. You ask it a question and then it just thinks about it, reasons, and then it gives you a response. Now, coming back to AI agents. For AI agents, they have LLMs running behind it, and they also have tools. These tools allow them to connect to external systems and carry out their tasks, right? So an AI agent could have parts of it that says, okay, if you ask it, plan my trip for next Saturday, right? So it could reason and say, okay, I need to plan a trip. We're traveling to this point. How are we going to travel there? And then say, this is the means of transportation. This is when we need to travel to get there. So it could use tools to check and see what the weather is to determine when best to travel. It could use tools to also book that flight. It could use tools as well to also book a hotel. And all it does, once it's completed, it tells you your trip has been scheduled. It carries out everything on your behalf autonomously, right? Something you would use a travel agent to do, right? But AI agent could do it, by itself. So I hope that kind of gives you a high level understanding of what AI agents are. Thank you for watching.